Hi everyone, a really warm welcome back. Today's video is all about Sandbach services, so that's the southbound side on the M6, and those are a road chef surface. So as is usual, let's just have a look at the overhead satellite and get our bearings before we go to the drive-through. So as you can tell, we're looking at the right side here of the service station. So you come in down the slip road here, very clearly marked out, and then everybody follows around straight. You can see there's a white lorry here at the moment. Everybody follows around straight. Cars take the first turning on the right. There was an earlier turn that cars could have gone through the Costa drive-through. So first couple of turns for cars, and then lorries and coaches and caravans are signposted. Thank you very much, Road Chef Sandbach. Signposted straight on and all the way through. Now it's where you get to this point after these hedges that it's a little unclear where one is supposed to go. So coaches are signposted as a tight right following these two arrows down just in the centre of the screen next to the hedge. So coaches are signposted through here, and then have to go through what appears to be a height barrier. It certainly looks that way from the top. It's not possible to get the little street view man to actually look at that in the flesh, and it didn't come up on the screen for the drive-through itself, but you'll see in a minute when I do the drive-through that actually there's a caravan in this front bay just here before the turnout. So I suspect that caravans are supposed to go in with the coaches here. So there's these two positions parallel to this bit of crash barrier, and then there's this whole row of reverse in, or I guess reverse out actually, spaces here. So ordinarily that would be for coaches and things, because then that's right next to the level crossing here and into the main building itself. So if you've got a bus full of kids on a school trip, that's nice and convenient for them to get reasonably safely into the main building itself. But because that wasn't signed caravans, that was only signed coaches, I didn't follow through there, and I actually ended up in the lorry parking, so about 3 or 4 over on this side when we stopped there. Actually, just a little side note, after I filmed the main part of the satellite overview, I did manage to get the little man into the car side of the car park, and from there you can look over the hedge, and indeed this bit is only signed buses on the ground and coaches on the overhead barrier. So you get a sign for caravans at the beginning, and then it completely disappears at this point. So by the time you get to this area, you need to decide if you're a coach or you're an HGV and pick one of those. And I'm sorry to drivers of other vehicles if you don't like where we're parking, but you know, there's no specific sign for caravan, so you'll get 50% deciding one thing and the other 50% deciding something else. So if we're supposed to go in this bit of the coach parking, Road Chef, can you augment your signs please, and then we won't be pinching lorry spaces inadvertently. But other than that, you know, it's perfectly convenient. We're in with the HGVs, which, you know, frankly, it does tend to stink sometimes. I don't know what it is about lorry drivers needing to wee on their wheel or whatever it is, rather than walking across into the facilities themselves. But probably best not to ask. Anyway, so that was pretty convenient, you know, easy to find. The only thing that could have made it better was a bit better signage if I was supposed to go in with the coaches rather than the HGVs, because there were specific caravan signs at the beginning, but then they just disappeared. So it's kind of make it up as you go along when you get to this point. Anyway, then when you're done, back out to the main service exit road, and you can come round into HGV fuel, taking the top right side all around here. You can see the lorries there, or car fuel in here, and it looks like there's another height barrier there actually. Let's see if we can get the little Google Street View man down there to actually see what height the height barrier is, if there is such a thing. 3.5 meters. There is a height barrier, look at that. Okay, well that motorhome's okay in there with its little cart towed on the back, so it just stops lorries going into that side. So yeah, there's some high curbs here, but you know, it's a big wide open space, so you should be fine. Now what about the exit to the fuel station? So we see if we can have a look at that while we're here. Will it let us go this way? Yes it will. Marvellous. Let's spin round and have it. Oh, that's all very easy, isn't it? Look at that. Okay, so there are high curbs, but you come in there through the height barrier. As long as you stick to one of these two humps on the outside, it should be fairly easy to get around there. You might, if you've got a very long caravan and car, you might struggle a bit in the middle, but I think you'll be fine on this side. So anyway, one just follows around the road, and then you meet back up over here with the lorries coming out of that side. As per usual, it's not at all clear who has priority, but if there's an enormous 44-ton lorry coming round, probably best to let them go first if they're well on their way, and then you join up back with the motorway, which, surprise surprise, is having some roadworks today. Anyway, let's go and have a look through the drive-through.
Take the exit then turn right. Turn right, then turn right.
All cars that way.
Yeah, no, we're not a car. We're a coach and a caravan, straight on.
Head southeast.
Well, we've got some of the coaches.
400 feet, continue straight.
Look, there's
Continue straight.